welcome to a double RSR. Tonight we are reviewing Canada 0, Chile 0 in Copa América CONMEBOL 2024 Group A. Canada advances to the quarterfinals. They get the draw they needed. Peru cannot pull a win out of Argentina. And we are moving on. And honestly, Canada should have won that game. And as well, we will be reviewing Toronto FC, or Atlanta United 2, Toronto FC 1, MLS 2024, Week 21. They lose again at the last second because stupid mistakes and nobody noticed anything. But we'll get there. But they also got screwed in that game. But we'll get there. We start with Canada versus Chile because, of course, we are. Canada versus Chile. This one makes the most sense to go for. And here we go. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 medio tiempo. For me, Canada was the better team. They were up a man for most of the half. They were attacking heavily. Schaffelberg was burning down the wings. They were getting chances. Canada defended really well. Chile was flopping and crying. And the referee called foul after foul for them, even if they fouled us. Somehow we were up a man. That's the weird part. But you know what? I don't even need to go halftime. Full time, 0-0. 0-0 esta noche. Listen, this game was a joke if you're the referee. That referee was blinder than Stevie Wonder. He did not see nothing. Nothing. He called fouls on Canada that Chile fouled us on. Chile fouled us. And I'm like, geez, man. Really? Really? Why? Why are you giving them everything? That referee was legitimately biased towards Chile for the whole game. For the whole game. The refereeing in this tournament is a shambles. The CONMEBOL versus CONCACAF matches, the only time a CONCACAF team's gotten backed by the refs was Costa Rica, Brazil. Canada, 3 matches, the refs back Argentina, Peru, Chile. United States, they play Bolivia. Nobody really cares because the USA beats Bolivia. Hell, the USA got CONMEBOL CONCACAF against Panama. Hell, wasn't even a CONMEBOL team. Mexico. Well, they missed the penalty, but refereeing wasn't great. Jamaica, their matches haven't been ref great. It's like the CONCACAF teams, especially when they play the CONMEBOL teams, are getting it the worst. Like, it's so obviously biased towards CONMEBOL. It really is. So, I'm glad Canada got through. I'm glad. Because you know what? It's great. Because your asses cry, don't they? Because, hey, you got Uruguay. You're getting Panama, probably. Still not Bolivia, though. Mexico's probably going out. Ecuador, Venezuela. Group C, of course. Uruguay, but probably Panama, so there'll at least be 2 CONCACAF teams. Group D, most likely Colombia, Brazil. So, 2 CONCACAF teams in the final 8, 6 CONMEBOL. You probably want that to be all 8, I bet, right? They tried. Oh, they tried. They tried. But Canada, they played a tough match. I think they were the better team for all of it. They should have won. Last second, of course, Oluwaseyi puts one in. I don't think he was offside. I think they got hosed there as well. It should be 1-0 Canada, but you know what? Doesn't matter. A 0-0 gets them through. It's not like Peru won. So, fine by me. Full-time stats, 9 shots to 8, 3 shots on goal to 4, 57% possession to 43% possession, 416 passes to 315, 82% pass accuracy to 72, 15 fouls to 8, 2 offside to 1, 4 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 1, 8 corners to 4. Listen, Canada, again, was the better team. Crépeau, Max Crépeau, once again is the man of the match, makes some really big saves and goes from Max Crépeau to Maximum Crépeau to finish out the game, making some saves. And, hey, man of the match again. All 3 group games, he's been man of the match. He's played that awesomely. Like, Max Crépeau is the guy. He is him. He is the reason Canada has gotten this far. Because they did get a goal, but they allowed He made so many saves against Argentina. And he did what he had to do here to make sure it stayed 0-0. Great game. And they almost ruined him. I mean, that last header, trying to clear it out when he would have caught the ball, that was dumb. That was dumb. That was dumb. Canada got a little bit antsy at the end there. They really did. They really did. They damn near shot themselves in the foot, which I kind of saw it coming. Because, you know, that's exactly what happens with Canadian soccer whenever it's TFC or Canada. Like, Tobias time's a thing. It just is. Toronto had the worst Tobias time, though, today that maybe saved Canada from getting Tobias timed in this match. But with that being said, to me, Canada, they did what they had to do. I think they won the game as they should have. Canada was the better side, or drew the game, but it feels like a win because they went through. But Canada did what they had to do. It wasn't the best game. I don't think so. It wasn't the best performance. It was a very hacksaw, chop and chains performance with how Chile were playing, going for fouls and flopping and trying to stop the game up, especially down a man, and the referee was basically in their pocket. Like, he wanted Chile to win this match. No joke. Like, I'm surprised they got the red card, but second yellow, so there you go. That's why. But Richie drew that foul, as he normally does. Canada could have easily finished a couple of goals. I think they had some questionable finishing. I think bringing on Liam Miller late on in the match was a stupid idea. I think that was very dumb, legitimately, because, again, Liam Miller is the worst. He is the worst. Point blank, period. The man is the worst. He is the worst. I don't need to tell you that. Dude acts like he has 30 seconds on the ball. Dude had a shot that looked like a cross. He's not good enough. I'd rather have Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy at this point. Or Jaden Nelson, whatever happened to him. Or Mathieu Chouanier. Might as well play him, right? Might as well give him a chance. Or even David Chouanier. Let his brother have a chance. Shit. I mean, might as well. I don't know what else to say. But Canada got the game that they needed. They got the draw. Crepeau, man of the match. Chile are a bunch of crying, diving punks. It's just the fact. That's how they played the game. They went down crying and diving. They went down crying and diving. And Canada, in the end, got the result they needed. But Jesus Christ, if it wasn't complete and utter chaos, to be totally honest. It was not a fun one to watch. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you that much. It wasn't a fun one to watch. But, you know, Canada did what they had to do. It was a very stop-start match, and in the end, they got what they needed. And that's the good part. The bad part, well, I guess there is no bad part, except the ref was absolutely so biased, you could tell. Like, it was obviously, it was bad. But Canada did what they had to do. Chile, they're the Boston Bruins of football, and no. I have no love lost for them. I hope they go home crying, and you deserve to. Peru, commiserations. I'm not going to give Chile commiserations, but congratulations, Canada. You deserve to move on, and you did. Now let's play Venezuela. And let's do well. That's what I'm going to say. Let's do it. There you go. With that being said, let's move on to the next. Let's talk about TFC. And now we're talking about Atlanta United 2, Toronto FC 1. Toronto FC got screwed. Most of this match, they got screwed. Either by the refs or by themselves. By the refs or by themselves. The refs in the first half screwed them 3 times. The Insigne offside, which he wasn't offside. The penalty shout early in the half. Then the handball right at the end of the half. They should have at least had 1 penalty. This game should have at least been 2-2. Well, actually, if they scored 1 with Bernadeschi, it would have been 3-2. And they would have won this game. Toronto actually played pretty well in this game, I think, overall. Overall, they played pretty well. They actually did clear their lines. They didn't try to dribble out of trouble. Like, the way they played in this game, overall, I thought was what they should have done. Just in the end, they absolutely had a horrible brain fart that leads to 3 points to Atlanta instead of 1 to Toronto. A split deck. But 45 plus 3 after the Insigne offside and the penalty shout, the first penalty shout. Thiago Almada scores the goal. The ball is played into him. I think he's barely offside when he's played on, but He gets past the Toronto defense, slots one home, 1-0 in the 45th plus 3 minute. And they have the lead. Unrighteously, to be honest. But they have the lead. Then, in the 45 plus 5th minute, there's a handball in the box trying to clear out and get a shot off a corner that falls in and is in the box and all that. And Toronto thinks there's a handball there off of Williams, and they say it should be called at the half before they go into the room, because they can call penalties after a game is whistled dead. It happened to Atlanta. Well, Toronto and Atlanta, 2019. So it's happened before. But they don't get it. They don't get the call. They go back to the room, 1-0 at the half. Then, 47 minutes in, Toronto start quickly. Bernadeschi has the ball, cuts through the Atlanta defense, curls one past Brad Guzan to make it 1-1. And Toronto gets the drawback pretty quickly, deservedly so. And you're like, okay, they're playing well, and they keep playing well. But they do step back and try to play for the draw on the road after getting the drawback, when they really could have just kept attacking and trying to get a goal. But they stepped back and basically sat on it, had a couple of chances, but in the end, it sets them up for this. In the 90 plus 6 minute, Gavron has the ball. Nobody's telling him that Tiare's behind him at all. He lays the ball down, gets caught out. Tiare pokes it from under the legs of Gavron, picks up the ball, shoots it, slots it home. 2-1 for Jamal Tiare right at the end of the game. A horrible brain fart by Luka Gavron. And I don't know why you're doing that, but I don't know why his teammates aren't telling him, hey, he's behind you. Like it's some sort of bad Halloween movie. Like, he's behind you, run. Like, that type of thing. Like, dude, he's behind you. Like, tell him. Do you want to keep a point? Tell him. Kick the damn thing. Just kick it. But no. 2-1 full-time. Full-time stats are as follows. 12 shots to 14. 5 shots on goal to 4. 49% possession to 51% possession. 450 passes to 488. 86% pass accuracy to 86. 17 fouls to 10, 1 offside to 2, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 6 corners to 2. Again, I think Toronto played a good game. I really do. The problem is they blew it right at the end, and the ref screwed them. In the first half, right at the end, they blew the game. Like, it's that simple. They lost because they blew the game. Because the ref put them in a position to get screwed. They did get screwed 3 times. And then Gavron drops the ball and gets dispossessed, not knowing a dude's behind him because his teammates didn't tell him. I guarantee you we ain't going to do that again. Not for a short while if he gets another chance. But hey, if the U.S. loses in Copa, guess what? They're going to get Sean back, which is good news. Quicker than not, but you know, Sean wouldn't do that either. But Toronto, the referee was horrible in this match as well. Toronto should have had a goal. Insigne, the header, I think he was onside. He was played onside. The penalties, they should have had at least 1. So in the end, this game would have been 3-2. Unless at the end, that doesn't happen. It's a 3-1. It's like an empty netter in hockey. I mean, depends on the situation. Like, Toronto should have won this game. That's the problem. They're going to look back at this game and say, damn it, we should have won this game. At least got a point, but we should have won this game. The ref screwed us, and we shot ourselves in the foot. Like, we legit handed 3 points over. They handed a point. We handed the other 2 back over. And that's what happened here. And I'm not happy with it. Gavron, that was a stupid play. A straight-up stupid play. But in the end, you can't really sit there and say, hey, you know what? We were bad. No, Toronto was good. They got hosed. And then they shot themselves in the foot. Now, that last play was the worst thing Toronto did all night. I still think Almada was slightly offside as well. So this referee was biased as shit too. So, to be honest. But again, Atlanta did what they had to do. They sort of smash and grab to win off of us when we were trying to smash and grab a draw. Which, that was not the way to play it. We're still in a playoff spot, but we're tied with them with 24 points. We're 2 points ahead of Montreal. And we're walking on a tightrope to where I think if we slide out of the playoff spots, we're going to miss the playoffs. But we have 13 games left this season. In the league, of course, we have the 2 Leagues Cup matches and possibly I would say 3 can champ matches. I don't see them screwing up the Forge matches, but 4 straight losses, no wins in 7, winless in 7, it's not good enough. They're still spiraling. The performance was better, but the situation did not end the way it should have, and that's just the facts. But the situation doesn't look good. Wake up. But if we keep playing like this game, more times than not we win. But Jesus Christ, it's not a good way to lose. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. But it's a playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for Mexico versus Ecuador live and RSR. I will also be paying attention to Venezuela, Jamaica as well in the Copa, but most of our focus will be on Mexico, Ecuador, and we will review that match as it is. We'll have Group B over by the end of tomorrow night. Canada's through, Argentina's through, Peru, Chile are out. So now we're at 12 teams left, I think, in this tournament, Copa. But with that being said, there you go. I'll see you tomorrow. Toronto, got to do better. Canada, good job. Italy, y'all did bad too, but we already talked about that. There you go. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you later.